of Tongue Twisted. Behind the wall here we have 36 6th through 8th grade students who are very excited to put on this performance with you. They've been practicing since beginning of December and have been working very, very hard and having fun while doing it. A couple things before we get started. First off, please turn off your cell phones. We don't want them to ring during the performance. At the end of the performance, I will gladly keep the kids in their costume for a little while if you want to take pictures. When they're done with pictures, I do need to keep the students to just help me tear down, get things transported back to Simmons, and then they're ready for the evening. I hope you enjoy. They work very hard, so I would like to present to you the Simmons Middle School production of Tongue Twister.
And Moses Roses from Bit-A-Batter complete these final two twisters of Tongue Twister form. They'll be this year's tremendous triumph team and continue a streak of wins for Bit-A-Batter that has not been broken since the immortal Betty Batter started this tournament 20 years ago. Well, enough pressure. Tell them what they'll win, Johnny J.
You bet, Wink. They will not only win the love and admiration of their friends, but they will also win the fabulous Bahama Mama's Bikini Beach Bonanza Vacation Package. This all-expense-paid trip gives each winner and his or her family a 6-night stay at the swanky Bahama Mama Resort and all the bananas they care to eat. And that's not all. They also will receive the coveted Bit-A-Batter banner and trophy to display in their school's trophy case. Proof to all that they are indeed undisputed grand champions.
But wait, what if they tragically fail?
Well, Wink, if they fail, their utter humiliation and empty trophy case will hopefully be forgotten when they receive the incredible consolation prize, the Tongue Twister home game for team.
Thanks, Johnny. Well, let's get started. Remember, each twister must be said a minimum of 5 times. All will be judged on speed, dramatization, and of course, clarity. Sally, are you ready?
Yes, Wink.
Here we go. Elegant elephants.
Elegant elephants, elegant elephants, elegant elephants, elegant elephants, elegant elephants.
Judges, a 9.3 out of 10. Well done, Sally. Okay, Moses, it's up to you. Is it going to be Bahama Mamas or our home game with a possible lifelong trauma? It's all up to you, my friend. Ready?
You bet I'm Wink.
Here it is. Cinnamon, aluminum, linoleum.
Cinnamon, aluminum, linoleum. Cinnamon, aluminum, linoleum. Cinnamon, aluminum, linoleum. Cinnamon, aluminum, linoleum. Cinnamon, aluminum, linoleum.
Judges, we have a score. I'm sorry, Moses. A 2.5. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's champions are Nettie's Knitting Night School!
Sally's sold out today. Be quiet, Hazel. Well, if you're really nice, my Nettie's Knitting Night School teammates and I might send you a postcard from the Bahamas.
Seems she always wins everything.
I'm so sorry, Sally. We got this much on somehow.
No excuses, Moses Roses. You made us all laughing stocks. You're a loser, a loser, a loser.
Oh, Dora, I'm plagued with guilt.
Hey, Moses, there's always next year.
again. Class in 5 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Roses.
Good morning, Mr. Hygiene.
Looking for something?
Yes, I lost. Oh, where? I can't believe this is happening to me. How is it possible that Sally Fischel, Sally Fleethel, that woman is now our principal? What did Auntie Betty have been thinking? I finally convinced her that Shakespeare's artistic text came before that vulgar tongue twisting. I realized tongue twisters have always been one of Auntie Betty's loves, but I wanted to appreciate fine literature even more.
I assume you're talking about Miss Seashell. Has a big interest in tongue twisting. Someone you know, Mr. Roses?
No, I was just talking about a third cousin of mine. I can't even find my copy of Hamlet. Well, I don't know her exactly. I just think her name is, unusual. Yes, very unusual and hard to say. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Hygiene? Mr. Hygiene? Well, I really must find that book. Students will be here any minute. If you'll excuse me.
Well, okay, Mr. Roses. Whatever you say. I hope you find what you're looking for. By the way, Mr. Roses, you do know what they say about cleanliness, don't you?
Why, yes, Mr. Hygiene. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
No. They say cleanliness is what you get when you clear away all the crud. You have a good day, Mr. Roses.
Good morning, Mr. Roses.
Good morning, Twilight.
Good morning, Professor.
Good day, Tara.
Good morning, Mr. Roses. What are you doing?
Oh, good morning, Tamara. I'm looking for my copy of Hamlet. I can't seem to find it. My desk, you see, is a tad disorganized, and, well, William Shakespeare, the bard. Wonderful. I wanted to begin our discussion about it today.
Is this what you're looking for, sir?
Why, yes. Thank you, Tamara.
Yeah, right here, Chuck. Bring it home to Mama.
Yes, way to go, short there. Your section mate. So, what a catch, Swanson Victor, what a play.
No ball going. Inner seats now.
I meant Iris already. I'll call you back later. Ready? Let's go. Polly, give me a B. A B. Molly, give me another B. Another B. Give me another B. Another B. What does it spell? Don't be
Paul, no cheering. Seats, please. Thank you. Much better. Now, does everyone have...
Good morning, students. I would like to introduce myself as the new principal of Betty Batter Bitter Batter School, home of the Fighting Barracudas. Mr. Grunthorne decided to retire from his position as principal of this school due to an opportunity to go on a worldwide sailing study. Because of this, I, Sally Seashell, have decided to take over this honorable position. You may be surprised to know that I too was once a student here at Bitter Batter. I took the fine education I received and used it to open the world's largest domestic import-export business, selling puka shell necklaces on the coast. But alas, despite my success, something was missing. And that something, dear students, was my direct attachment to Bitter Batter. I love you. Well said, Miss Seashell. Thank you. Now, as the new principal of this school, some things are going to change. As you know, our school once had a proud history of winning the annual tongue twisting tournament. Unfortunately, for the past 30 years in a row, we have lost. Well, my dear batter buddies, that is going to change. Today, 3 superior students will be chosen. I'm going to source 3 superior students who will lead our untwisted battle cry to tongue twisting glory. We will reclaim our lost past. The Bitter Batter banner and trophy will once again raise our fair trophy case. As the school's tongue-twisting teacher sponsor, Mr. Rhodes will be choosing the team. Choose wisely. I will be watching your every move. As always, the winning team will go to the Bahamas this year. Bitter Batter will prevail.
Well, yes, class. I guess you heard Miss Seashell. After we studied the brilliant words and plot structure of Shakespeare's Hamlet, I'll be choosing a team for this infernal event. Exciting challenge to compete for that musty old, marvelous trophy and its inspiring vacation. So let's begin with the wonderful classic of Hamlet. Who can tell me at what point in Hamlet the line is crossed from sanity to insanity? Well. See that Shakespeare's captured your hearts and imaginations. Let's see. Yes, Chantal. Share your thoughts and insights. Let your brain reveal what is deep in your heart.
Well, Mr. Roses, I want to be the first to let you know that Chauncey, Charmaine, and I are totally the right choice to represent Bitter Batter in the tongue twisting tournament.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
We are proudly known, of course, as jocks that have the muscle and strength to outlast any opponent. We all know that the tongue is the largest muscle in the body, and we are ready to twist and shout. Check it out. A flea in a flash flew up in a blue. Said the flea, let's fly. Said the fly, let's flee. So they flew through a fly in the blue.
Amazing.
Excuse me.
Take it, Chauncey.
How much wood would woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood? Who chuck as much wood as woodchuck would chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood? Nice job.
Yeah.
Will you
Your
please?
turn, Charmaine. Once fell a metal fell in a field of beans. Said the fella, tough fella, can a fella, tough fella. What a fella means. What? We
Yeah.
got
Chauncey, Chantel, Charmaine, with no tongue twisting in my classroom. Sit down, please. Thank you. Now, where were we?
Insanity, Mr. Roses?
Ah, yes, my insanity. I mean, Hamlet's insanity. Okay, class, when does Hamlet go insane? Very nice, very nice. Focused in on Hamlet's pain. Let's see. Twyla, share your thoughts on this, please.
Mr. Roses, I'm sorry to stray from the subject at hand. However, I feel compelled to inform you that Tara, Tamara, and I are far better suited to represent our school in the tongue twisting competition. Our superior intellectual capacity helps us to successfully execute a tongue twister properly. Also, when we win, we vow to continue our study of Shakespeare in our spare time when we visit the Bahamas. No way, Twyla. Ah, yes, an uncivilized attitude. Anyway, we would like to present the following classic. It is entitled Your Bob, it was our Bob. Your Bob, it was our Bob, a Bob. And if your Bob doesn't give our Bob the Bob, our Bob will give your Bob a Bob on the knob.
And furthermore, there once was a lady named Kate who went to dinner at 8:08, and it would be hard to relate at this late date. But Kate and her date really ain't.
And we shall never forget the classic, good, better, best. Never let it rest, till good is your better and your better is your best.
No more! I'm well aware of how loquacious you all are, but we must stay focused. Great literature awaits. Now, back to Hamlet. I mean, Spamlet. I mean Hamlet. Okay, who can tell me about Hamlet? Please, oh please, Polly, what can you tell me about Hamlet?
Hamlet's insanity.
Yes, yes, yes?
Hamlet's insanity will be nothing compared to the insanity of choosing them, or them, as opposed to us. Only those of us on the pep club have the spirit to represent Bitter Batter in the tongue twisting tournament and win. Am I right, guys? Right? Ready? Go! Who washed Washington's white woolen underwear when Washington's washing woman went west?
Washington's white would wash Washington's white woolen underwear with Washington's washing woman. West.
Washington unwillingly washed Washington's white woolen underwear when Washington's washing woman went west.
Enough! In your seats, I command you! I surrender. Forget Shakespeare. Forget Hamlet. Let your brain draw to a twisted pile of gibberish for all I care. Maybe you! Or you! Or you! Oh my gosh! Recess! Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, but to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. Oh, I know about trouble.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roses.
Hello, Mr. Hyden.
What are you reading, Mr. Roses?
The brilliant words of Shakespeare's Hamlet. If I could only inspire my students to have the same passion for the bard that they do those ridiculous tongue twisters.
Oh, tongue twisters aren't all that bad. Have to admit, I can't say I care that much for Mr. Shakespeare. Not a very tidy fellow. Always using 10 words when one would be just fine. They clip us drunkards and with swinish phrase soil our editions of the fifth and marrow of our amphitheatre. What's this swine stuff? Why not just call a pig a pig?
Mr. Hyden, you shouldn't belittle these words. Take note of their poetic beauty.
Well, I guess it's just a matter of taste. I'm sure you got a class coming in soon. I'll see you around.
My goodness,
Oh, hello, Miss Seashell. Hello, Miss Dimple.
Mirror, Dora. No need to be so formal, Moses. We have all known each other since, well, you know when.
How could I forget? You'll never stop torturing me about that horrible day.
I realize I've been a bit too tough on you, but just call me Sally. Remember Sally Seashell. Just don't try saying it 5 times fast.
Miss Dimple, will you please tell Miss Seashell that I refuse to speak with her anymore until she apologizes for the way she's been treating me ever since the tongue twisting tournament 30 years ago?
He refuses. I heard him. What's the matter, Moses? Why can't you speak to me? Tongue-tied?
Ha! Shakespeare said, all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Tell Miss Seashell, her hand will always hold a painful, horrible memory of that infamous tongue twisting day.
He said something about painful memories, not like you.
What in the world is bothering you, Moses?
Why have you come back, Sally?
Why have I come back? To set things straight, of course. I want to win that tournament. I want to prove that I can be part of a winning team. Somebody I know clouded the reputation of this fine institution.
That was 30 years ago, Sally. Can't we lay things to rest? Before that happened, weren't we friends? We did so many things together. Bowling, miniature golf, the Shakespeare Festival. I even drove. Don't you remember? And what about your favorites? Remember? Dora, a tape recorder, please. Dora, a tape recorder. Now.
I don't know what you are up to, Moses, but I won't let you get away with it. Dora, you realize you are totally out of order.
I'm terribly sorry, Sally. However, he obviously has a mission that only you can stop.
Maybe I can't twist my tongue, Sally, but you know I can square my dance.
No, Moses, not square dancing. You know I can't resist square dancing.
Yes, I know, Sally. Ever since 3rd grade gym class. Do you remember when Mr. Piper paired us up for the Virginia reel? And who messed up the square dancing? It wasn't Darcy Plum. It wasn't Rusty Court. It was you, Sally. Dora Dimple, call the dance.
Bow to your partner. Swing your partner.
This won't work, Moses.
Oh no, I can go.
Ha! 2 left feet. We both those feet get as twisted as a tongue.
I actually came back to heal our wounds, but now I see that you cannot be trusted.
Wouldn't you both consider promenading?
No.
Miss Dimple, as your boss, I already turned off my music. I am now the principal of this school, and I will not only be coaching this year's tongue-twisting team, I will also be choosing it.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Miss Seashell.
What do you mean, Mr. Roses?
I'm surprised you've forgotten. Betty Batter, my dear, sweet aunt, put me in charge of selecting the team for the tongue twisting tournament. She apparently trusts me more than anyone else. That includes you. So, the team is of my choosing. In fact, it's written in the Betty Batter Better Body of Law book. I would think you, as principal, would have read it by now.
After reading over 400 pages, I must have skipped the fine print, but this can't really be true.
I think he's right, Miss Seashell.
And since it's her school and you're her employee, and she's my aunt, I think I have the upper hand on this one.
You can't do this to me, Mr. Roses.
Oh, yes, I can. And in fact, I just did.
Wow, Miss Seashell. I would have thought Mr. Roses would have gladly given up the responsibility of the tongue twister team.
Ha! Not now.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, considering it comes from a square dancing pit viper that supposes his toes are roses. Are you taking notes, Miss Dimple?
I'll get to it, Miss Seashell.
I'll fix you, Moses. Just you wait. I know that day still haunts you. I don't trust him. He seems so different from the Moses Roses I knew 30 years ago. Let's try to watch his every move. I sense man on an evil mission.
Oh, Shakespeare. I wanted to come back to this school to prove that I can break through this tongue-twisting charade. I wanted people to get to know you. Have I failed? When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yes, my friends, sterner stuff. I, Moses Roses, shall be made of sterner stuff. My, this is better than before our little recess. Very nice, very nice. You're finally prepared to enter the wonderful world of Shakespeare. Let's continue with the wonderful classic of Hamlet. Now, it goes tells Hamlet that he is doomed to walk on the earth during the nights at supper. You see,
Mr. Roses,
yes, Polly?
have you by any chance given more thought to who will be this year's tongue twisting team?
Polly, this is not the time. Now, the ghost is aware of...
Sir, if this was the time, who would you select? Hey, our fine teacher said it's not the time. It seems to me your group is just too rude to be tongue twisters. That seems to be pretty ill-mannered.
Sir, could you please have them taken out of the room? We can continue learning about this hamster guy.
Come on, idiot! Don't call her an idiot, you nut. Nut?
Yeah, nuts.
I see 6 nuts. Miss Roses, it's clear that Chauncey Chantel and I have authority to conduct ourselves in this year's tongue twisting competition.
Attention! Line up! Straighten up those shoulders! Wipe that stupid smirk off your face! Suck in that gut! I can see that we're not going to get anything truly meaningful accomplished unless we get this tongue-twisting team selected. Whom shall I choose? This group of impassioned cheerleaders? Or about some beaming intellectuals? Or about these through unrestrained athletic crowds? Whom to choose? Whom to choose? Whom to choose? What would Shakespeare do at a time like this? Ah, yes. The time is out to joint, oh cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, ladies and gentlemen. Many may call this a comedy of errors. Others may even suggest the following decision is a tragedy. This year's bitter batter tongue twisting team shall be made up of Holly, and Twyla, and Chauncey.
Oh my goodness.
You split us up! You can't do that.
Don't you want us to win, Miss Roses? We can't win if you split us up.
Yeah, you
At ease! Well, I did do something a bit out of the ordinary, and it is fair. Our dear Shakespeare once said, I am not in the role of common men. Well, my friends, to choose a tongue-twisting team is not a common feat. Someday, my decision will possibly be hailed as profound as Shakespeare's Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet. And let's just see what Miss Cecil has to say about that.
Okay, team, stop. Time for facial stretching. Oh no, not again. Cecil, we did this 7 times yesterday.
If we keep on doing this, no one will recognize me.
I think that would be a benefit.
Oh, be quiet.
I'm not supposed to be practicing. No, I'm complaining. We want to win, don't we? Remember, Bahama Mamas is waiting for you. Can't we show some cohesiveness? That's it! I've had it! All of you waiting in your corners for a time out! Move! Now!
So, I heard you were back.
I didn't think it'd take me long to come by. How does
some people.
I'm sure you've also heard that I've been named coach of the tongue twisting squad at the school this year.
Is that so?
If I win, rumor has it I may be given a slight promotion.
Do I care?
If I bring home the trophy, I've been promised with the support and funds to battle in who your school stands. In other words, Betty and this school will be saying bye-bye.
Oh my! But why are you telling all this to us?
I'm putting together new staff. I need to know today if you'd be interested in working for me. Though I will be head of the tongue twisting squad at the school, I certainly feel that your financial talents exhibited in opening the largest cougar shell necklace in domestic import-export business would certainly help our school expand to new markets.
You can't be serious, Hazel. I would never give up tongue twisting or this school. Our fine institution will win.
I can tell you have real team spirit.
Well, you just wait and see, Hazel.
Well, you two might as well enjoy your last few years in a fantasy world.
Dora, why did Moses create such a miserable team? The school's destiny rests on Mike's shoulders.
Maybe we can persuade him to change his mind.
Are you kidding? After all the time we've invested in this team, and I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Well, what seems to be holding them together for some reason is the idea of a trip to the Bahamas.
Dora, if that's the key to the motivation, then that's what we'll look in on. Miss Dimple, did you bring the Bahama Mama travel guide?
Yes, Miss Seashell.
I think this fine team will be interested in taking a look at pictures of the resort at the end of our workout.
I thought we just finished our workout.
Well, I've noticed some bickering among the three of you, and I think we should continue to work on friendship building.
Miss Seashell, what about all my homework?
Oh, the tournament's only a week away. You're all doing an excellent job keeping up. Why don't we give Miss Dimple the war round of applause for her organizational help and fine tutoring?
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, will you all be interested in taking a look at pictures of the resort at the end of our communication session? Yes, the Bahamas. I get so excited when I think of the fun of scuba diving in the warm waters. I can just feel those tender, subtle breezes whispering into my ear. Congratulations! This is for deserving tongue-twisting champions. Maddie reported, everyone.
Oh, certainly, Miss Seashell. Only if I can have another face stretching, and maybe another for my job.
That's together. Okay, team, repeat after me. A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
I can't hear you.
A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
With bitter batter's bomb.
A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
Honestly, Dora, do you think this team is ready for any kind of fierce tongue-twisting competition?
Honestly, well, Sally, I don't think that the judges would see my strong confidence. We certainly have a long way to go.
But I will not give up. That is why I returned. Stretch those mouths. You know we can win it all by being in optimal shape. A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
That's better, Miss Dimple.
Yes.
I want to play the role of a judge. Now let's hear it 5 times fast.
A bug bit a bold, bald bear. 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 A bug bit a bold, bald bear.
Score?
Honestly,
Honestly.
a 1.1.
Oh, you're better. Quiet! All of you. It's obvious we have a lot of work to do. Just remember, bitter batter is bound in the Bahamas. Let's go.
Dear William, I admit my wrongdoings. You once said, such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty. Despite all my anger towards Sally, I think she has good intentions. I hated disappointing her in the tongue-twisting tournament 30 years ago. I must admit to you, dear Mr. Shakespeare, that to me, tongue-twisting can be profound as a sonnet. In its own way, of course. And yes, I shared so many dreams those 30 years ago with my bruised tongue. Tongue that I bruised just moments before the final round. Trying to forget my failure, brought on by a strange accident, by immersing myself in your literature. Every year, I purposely made our tongue-twisting team a loser, so my blundering abrasion, my ordinary speech would be forgotten. How come I can't shake it? When I seem so close to ridding myself of that horrible remembrance, something seems to happen to trigger my memories to haunt me once more. This year, Sally Seashell is back. Am I wrong to rob her of her own dream? Yet, here is a woman who can't even Docio. If only the scenario of my life had been something other than a tragedy.
Molly, did you hear that?
You bet. Give me an O.
Oh,
Give me an M.
M.
Give me a G.
G.
What is that sort of spell?
Oh,
Yeah, you guys seem to mess up everything for everybody.
Oh yeah, sure. Come on, Molly. These nerds don't want to listen.
Boy, that really does work. Hey, what in the world is going on here?
Mr. Hygiene, everybody thinks it's somebody else's fault that they're not on the top 15 squad.
Small bit of finger pointing?
Small is definitely a kind word for it.
Well, so what started all of it?
Well, Polly and I heard that Mr. Roses may have purposely chosen a team that Miss Deisha would find.
Uncooperative?
That's the very word.
And guess what? He's feeling awfully guilty about it.
Seems to me he's going to try to set things right.
Is there any way we can help?
Well, arguing isn't going to help. Just remember, as Hamlet once said, let's ever have slow and two said it right. Nay, come, let's go together.
Huh?
In other words, I, Jonathan, Jerome, Hygiene, believe that we can make sure things turn out right if we all work together. Come on, everyone, we have some work to do.
You did a wonderful job with the team, Sally. We actually made it to the final.
Well, we haven't won yet. As for Chauncey, well, I thought he was going to make it through the last round. If it wasn't for that last-minute injury we captured the Otto Honeycutt Hopscotch High team and the fact that her replacement had Progress Joe, they wouldn't have lost momentum. We're lucky to have made it here.
And to think they're actually holding it at our school this year in honor of Betty Batter in the 50th year of the tournament. But I hope it isn't the end of the school. Have you talked to Betty?
I don't have the heart. And speaking of someone who doesn't have a heart, look who's coming. Hello, Hazel.
My, what a nice opportunity to come to Bitterbat and get a glimpse of the layout of the building. I didn't realize there was this much room for time to state and sewing.
The championship isn't over yet.
If your team does as well as they did in the semifinals, you'll be packing your bags tonight.
I can't stand her.
We've got to win this tournament. Do you think Moses will come?
I don't know.
I think the team would love to have him here. After all, he did choose them.
And the two of you were a team 30 years ago. He should know how important it is to stick together.